part of their daily lives. I focus on teenagers right now because adolescence is the stage of human development most vulnerable to the onset of mental illness. However, I feel like mental health is something we should all be attending to, and we need to get rid of the stigma surrounding it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us what you're doing in the world. Binta, share with us what you're doing in the world and who you are with your wonderful self.
Hi, everybody. So nice to be here and meet you all. Well, my name is Binta Jarju, and I live in New Orleans, Louisiana. Well, I can say that I'm a yoga teacher because I graduated like a year ago. So I'm trying to get myself to get the fear out of speaking in front of people, in front of a large crowd of people. So that's what I'm working on. On top of that, I'm also an entrepreneur, creating my own products that I'm working on putting into the world. So I'm creating a website right now, having some people that are helping me with creating a website so I can put the products in the world. My goal is to help people back home. I'm from Africa, and to help support communities back home with whatever I make, whatever I own from those products. So thank you.
Beautiful. So you're making products and supporting positive change in the world. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Bertram, tell us what you're doing in the world and who you are.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bertram Brown. I'm certified in peer support specialist. That's in the field of mental health. And I'm also a motivational speaker. I work with people to motivate them that have been through mental abuse. It could be spiritual abuse, physical abuse. It could be also people that are recovering from addiction. Some of the times I touch base with veterans that have been to Afghanistan and Iraq recently to help them to rebuild and restructure to come back into society.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us, Bertram. Wonderful what you're doing in the world. Who's next? Dennis, what do you do in the world? Share with us. Who are you?
Yes, ma'am, Miss Coach Arlene McLaren. My name is Dennis Spraggins, and I'm actually a aspiring author, or I should say I'm an author. You know, I'm actually working on my poetry book, Conscious Food for Thought, right now, with proofreading and editing and everything, and I'm receiving help from Miss Coach Arlene. With that being said, my goal is to crack the code, which is the combination to one's cognitive thinking.
Beautiful, beautiful, excellent. Thank you so much for what you're doing in the world and endeavoring to help us to make positive change. Thank you. Yes, Ron, tell us who you are. Hey. How is South Africa?
Fantastic, especially at my new place in the Western Cape. And it's so nice that you just feel you on holiday, because every time you have to walk to the office, you have to walk past a coffee shop. So, and it just draws you in, you know, to create that laptop lifestyle of mine. So, you know, so that's what I have to do.
Beautiful.
But anyway, my name is Ron. I'm from South Africa. I've been running my own business since 1992. I do financial literacy and debt management to help people to get out of debt and to overcome the fear of debt. And then also I help other entrepreneurs to grow their businesses online, and helping people to find their purpose and passion, and to say, you know what, you live once, and don't worry about fear, and just turn it in opportunities. So my slogan is, live life, have fun. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will take care of itself.
Live life, have fun, because tomorrow will take care of itself. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Ron. And we know that you are somebody who is really doing that. You're not just talking the talk, but you're walking the walk down there in South Africa.
Thanks, Arlene.
And now we have Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Share with us who you are and what do you do in the world?
Yes. Hi, you all. My name is Jamie Wright. Thank you all for the warmness of this mastermind, not knowing who I am, but as I mentioned earlier, I have about 20 years of auditing and senior analyst experience. And what I'm honored to be doing in the world is raising awareness around domestic violence. My heart's desire is to be a part of a movement that opens up the hard conversation in an effort to eradicate domestic violence, specifically in my community, in the Black community. So I've had the honor of being on 60 Minutes and BBC News, and by my creator's grace, I now serve humbly as a board of director member for the Houston Area Women's Center, which is the very center I had to escape to for safety and shelter in the face of COVID when I found myself homeless. So like I said, my heart's desire is to just raise awareness, use my story to reiterate. I don't care if it's abuse, if it's addiction, if it's mental health. We are at the source of choice. We can make the decision that, yeah, we may have been victimized, but we are absolutely not victims. So thank you, Arlene, for inviting me into the fold. Get it, Kim. Get it, get it, get it. So happy Thursday again, you all. Happy Thursday. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. We love your vibe. Thank you for what you're doing in the world. And, it's definitely needed. Women and men, we just really need help to get it together. And that's right in line with Dr. Kim's intentional mental health. Because if these women are supported, with their mental health, then we can all move forward and be better in the world. Okay, Lady Kasia, please share with us who you are and the wonderful work that you're doing in the world so that we all know you.
Oh, hello, everybody. Yes, well, I was Kasia not so long ago, but since I met Arlene, I became Lady Kasia.
Yes.
And what I'm doing here, I'm finding the big purpose for this journey. And currently I'm helping people to find the hope, more than just hope. And I'm coaching people on their journey so they can walk away with their chin up instead of letting things go. And also I'm using different techniques, different meditations and during the what I call it the flash your shite, the way how I help people. I ask them a bunch of questions and I listen for the root causes of the issues or challenges that they are wanting at the moment to walk away from, which I really don't like the phrase, let it go, because for the 50 years I could not let go anything. And so I really found out the way how to twist it and make it to work better for some people. So it's easier to walk away, to start the journey of walking away. And also I'm helping people with the 5D quantum application, which works kind of like a holistic support on this journey. So it's a very, very powerful application that delivers whatever you need, whatever you want, whatever you choose to your limbic arc and to your subconscious. And I help people to understand that and how to utilize the process and how just to get happier, because everybody, in my opinion, deserves to be happy and loved. And two of my main sayings are Magic by Design, My Life, My Design. And I'm here to help everybody to achieve that feeling that you are so powerful to start designing your life on your terms. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for what you're doing in the world to help us to be empowered and to move forward. Dorothy, I know you're in the car and you're in Germany. So if you can talk, go ahead. If not, we'll just go on. Can you talk, Dorothy?
Not really. It's not such a good idea, maybe.
Okay, all right. We want you to be safe.
I like to listen today. I'm with you, but I cannot talk at the moment, right?
Okay, beautiful. We're just happy to have you with us. Thank you, Dorothy. All right, so one of the things that we want to share is that this is not the Ask Arlene show. I do have an Arlene McLaren show where I talk, but this is actually the mastermind. So the idea is that we're all going to speak and share our ideas and thoughts on the topic. So what I want to do first is introduce the topic. And then before we leave, because we finish at 11, I want everybody to go around again and tell us what's one thing that you're working on this week that you'd like us to hold you accountable for throughout, so that next week when we come back, we can say, okay, we've accomplished this particular thing. So each of you in your own respects, based on what you do, whether it's Binta and her yoga, or it's Jamie and her helping women, and it's Lady Kasia and the quantum applications, we all are endeavoring to help people to make change, positive change. Now, my question is, how are you going about finding these people that you are endeavoring to help? So we know that there is power in each and every one of you here, whether you're doing poetry or you're looking at DV and assistance in DV, but how are these people finding you? How are you finding these people and making the connection? I'd love to hear some of your best practices about how you were able to make those connections so that other people can hear and be inspired and be able to reach the people that they're endeavoring to reach as well. So the process is you just raise your hand and I'll call on you. Lady Kasia, share.
In my practice, as you learn more and more about subconscious and relationship with the quantum energy, people are looking for some solutions. People are looking for help. The people that they are seeking changes. They want to, level up or move to the left from the right or whatever. They will find you. And it's impressive how you meet people. Sometimes you start conversation, and they are sharing something with you, and it starts like clinging. It's like, oh my gosh, they really meant to meet me, and it all aligns. So it's not about necessarily like you hunting people that you need to help them. It's like you are really ready on this conscious and quantum level to help some people, to assist them on their journey, and they will find you because you are seeking and they are seeking. It's not about, it's not a fishing trip, right? That's just my theory. Thank you.
Thank you, Kasia. I like what you said. You're saying it's not a fishing trip in the sense that we're just going around and poking, but the people who you're looking for are also looking for you. So the likelihood of you making that connection is greater. So, and many of the people that you're finding, you said you're finding them through word of mouth, by seeing them, speaking to them, you're starting a conversation, and then from there you move forward. Beautiful. Okay. Ron, you wanted to share something. How are you?
The first thing I'm going to say is understand your why. Why you're doing it. After you found your why, you start with the how, and the how is your discipline. And the what is being consistent. Now, why did I mention these three the why, the how, and the what, is working with people at the same time and working on other people's stages like Arlene Show, and working with the Noble Golden community of being consistent and being disciplined. And people start following you because they understand, hang on, you are for real. Because especially in COVID, people don't know who to trust anymore. And working and leveraging on other people's stages and working, people start following you and become a follower of yours. Now, I just want to go back a couple of weeks, and I've been working with Rini, and Rini then introduced me to Joey. Joey then asked me, can I do a financial literacy course for the next month for the Filipinos? And, you know, and I've done it pro bono. It's not because of the pro bono. I've leveraged my time to get internationally recognized through another country by just being consistent and being disciplined to join them as much as I can on other meetings, because people buy from people, people leverage from people, or Lloyd said, leverage. So if you've got a good product or you've got a good self-development and people needs to follow you, be consistent, work with other people's stages, comment on other people's stages. And this is how you can start leveraging from others. Arlene, even on your side, yeah, we've built a relationship with a couple of people that came in, and not just getting people in, they became our Zoom friends. As Bill said, I'm a Zoom friend, but I just speak funny. So it doesn't matter. You know, it's all got to do with leveraging, discipline, and being consistent. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. I heard what you said. You're saying that we need to be consistent in terms of what we're putting out and what we're sharing with our community, and also disciplined, do it on a regular basis. And also the beauty of the mastermind is that we're making friends internationally. So we don't just need to have clients or reach out to people who are within our country, but we can reach out to people who are international. So right here, we have an international platform with people from all over the world that we have an opportunity to share with, and their networks are international networks, and so on and so forth. So beautiful. Thank you so much.
But the key thing is, yeah, Arlene, is to leverage other people's stages.
Leverage other people's stages. And also in terms of leveraging other people's stages, we need to know who it is that we are spending time with and who it is that we're investing with. Because some people don't necessarily want to share the platform. Okay, so we need to know who it is and know a little bit about their group as we begin to use their platform to help others and connect with the people that we're endeavoring to connect with. Dorothy, you wanted to share something.
So let me add to Ron. In a way, we are doing this also with your show, Arlene, right?
Yes.
Your mastermind, in a way, is also a stage. Each mastermind is in a way a stage where we are connecting in order to find our determination, stick to that, hanging up with the right people, and means attracting the right people. And on this way, just make yourself ready to become such present and prepared that people will find you, I guess.
Beautiful.
It's not just on the visible field, but also on the energetical field. We have to become that kind of person that believes and trusts that everything is possible within the right community. And but with all that it was mentioned, discipline and whatever it is. But if we don't do it for ourselves, we cannot inspire others to do it. So just to join and become somehow a bit hanging on the others wouldn't mean that I am doing it and I can be the example to support others. So it's a learning and a developing process, I guess. And I guess there is no better place to do all this and become all this than here in NG. And I love it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think what you said that was also definitive and distinctive was that you're saying that we need to have the right energy ourselves in order to attract the right people. So Lady Kasia said that we need to attract people, not just knocking down the doors and fishing, but if we become the right person and we become that energetically the person that we're meant to be, then the likelihood of us being able to attract those people who need us and those people who want what we have to share is greater. And you mentioned that this is a platform where we can be able to share what we do and share how we're going about doing it so that people can be drawn to us. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Dorothy. Who else wants to share next? I think that's really in line with, you want to share something, Bertram?
Yes, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I like when I'm working with somebody, a person or an individual, I like to sit back and listen to them and see where they are in life. Once I gather that information, then I could see that, okay, is this person, is it somebody I can help, or do I need to refer them to somebody else? Because one of the things that I practice and I believe in is, if I've never been through the circumstances, that situation that broke that person, I cannot help them. You understand me? I have to be, like basically, I've had that experience. It could be alcohol, it could be physical abuse, it could be mental abuse, it could be spiritual abuse. You understand me? So if a person, I run into an individual and they fall in those areas, those categories right there, I know, okay, I can step up and help those person to rebuild. You understand me? So usually I begin with the rebuilding process is basically I analyze them to see how whatever they've been through has affected them spiritually. Once I get there, I usually, that's where I start the rebuilding process and help them to lay down a foundation, to build back to where they can get back their self-confidence and get motivated to strive and to get back to where they were in life and beyond those areas.
Beautiful, beautiful. So one of the things that you look at is, from what I heard from what you're saying, is you're looking at referrals as well. So sometimes people are coming to us and we've drawn them energetically, as Dorothy said, or we've drawn them through our leverage, as Ron said. But we know that there's another person, maybe they're part of the mastermind group, or maybe they're another coach that we know can better handle this particular challenge that the person is having. Be conscious. Spend the time to find out what the person really needs and make that referral where necessary. Thank you very much, Bertram. And also, when you make those referrals, other people are making referrals to you as well, because now you've broached a new relationship that perhaps you didn't have in terms of the referral relationship. Okay, Binta, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I wanted to say that for me anyway, I think that for my life, it's a journey anyway. Every day is a learning process. I have to take the time to know who I am in order to be able to know who the other person is. Because if I get to know who I really am, then I get to know that anybody that comes in contact with me is the same as me. So for me, really, I didn't used to know that. I used to think that I was separate from everybody until I go back again to yoga, because I live in a city where there's a studio where I used to go to yoga before because of something that happened to me. I didn't even know what that kind of yoga was. But my yoga teacher, the person who owned the studio, saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. He kept saying, Binta, the way I see you practice, I think you would be great at going to yoga teacher training. And I said, no way, there's no way I could do that. But he saw something in me. 3 years went by, I finally said, okay, I'll do it. And had I not, like looked past through my fears, I would have missed it. And I love that so much. So right now, what I'm working on is to pass my fears so that I can also use my voice to help people through yoga, like the way I sound, like to just notice people's souls through my voice. That's really what I'm learning to do. And meeting Ron, he actually challenged me, like, okay, do live videos. And I was like, no way, live videos? Are you kidding me? And of course, time went by and I keep saying, okay, I'll do it. So then I did it. So it's like, I'm just coming back to say that Noble Government has helped me so much. Everybody that's come into my life has helped me so much, but they're not responsible for motivating me. I have to motivate myself. I have to do it myself. Everything I'm learning from here, if I don't apply it, you all are not responsible for that. You give me, so I have to use it to motivate myself. So everything I learn from everybody, I'm using to motivate myself. And so for me, doing live videos to show people that, okay, I can really speak. I just want to use my voice to nourish people's souls with everything else that I create. So that's what I wanted to say. I don't know if everything I say makes sense, because part of the challenge that I have is speaking to people. So thank you so much, Arlene.
Thank you so much, Binta. I love when you said you're using your voice to nourish people's souls. Ooh, that was beautiful, beautiful. And to come from somebody who said that when they started, because I remember when you first started, you were less apt to speak and to share. And now you're not only sharing, but now you're doing quotables. Like, I had to write that down so I can borrow that from you. When we speak, we nourish other people's souls. Beautiful. Thank you. I want you to continue to keep sharing on this platform, because like you said, the more you do it, the more comfortable you are at it. So anybody else too who's on here, I know we have some budding speakers. Just continue to share and continue to speak on this platform, and you will find that you become more and more confident in the content that you're sharing, as well as in the way that you share it. So I know that that Jamie wants to share something, wants to contribute to the conversation.
Wow, I was still wrapping my head around what Miss Binta said. Miss Binta, I'll give you credit about 2 times, sister, and then that is powerful. Use my voice to nourish people's soul. Wow. So what I do, you all, I just, I live in Houston, Texas. I'm a big Bertram Brown fan. Kim, you probably. And so how I show up in the world every day is my authentic self and my vulnerable self. And what I found to be certain is, as I'm vulnerable and my authentic self is kind of like what the conversation's already been had my energy. It's just it's an energy thing, and it's a light thing, and light attracts light, like how we met, Arlene, and how I'm absolutely honored to be on your show. So that's what I do. And so when I meditate, I'm a believer. So I stay very connected to my spiritual community, which helps me shine my light when it's kind of dim, right? Because days happen and, just life happens. So when I shine my light, I go, to networking events. I'm purposeful about, I love this mastermind. I love this kind of stuff. And what I know to be certain, as long as I keep feeding myself and shining my light, the amazing relationships come in being vulnerable and authentic. I hope that made sense.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Beautiful. We loved it. being vulnerable and shining your light. And your light does shine brightly. I love your red dress. That is one of my favorite colors. You are shining. And that's really half the battle. Showing up. You're all here with your beautiful faces. You're on. You guys could be elsewhere spending your time doing something else. But you're here. You're live. You're showing up. And you're illuminating, you know, the mastermind with your energy and with your strength. And hopefully we're sharing this live on Facebook. We're sharing it live on other platforms so people can see and hear and know that, wow, you know, you look great. You've got on that bright red and you've got on the beautiful earrings, but you've gone through challenges too. And now look, you've come out on the other side and you're able to be a light torch for the world. So I don't want to miss anybody. I think we've heard from everybody. Oh, Dr. Kim, go ahead.
So I don't know how to raise my hand. I keep saying like hearts and hands. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm gonna figure it out. But I'm vibing a lot with what Jamie said too. Is when you asked at the beginning, how do we find our people? Mine is I kept writing down what was coming to my mind, and part of it for me is just I'm a private practitioner right now, in addition to the private practice or the nonprofit. But I think it's always to be the best private practitioner I can. And for me to do that, I have to be present. I have to stay right in the moment and clear out the noise. You know, you always have, I have kids, what's for dinner? We have cross country, we have soccer, we have this, we have that. All that I have to clear out and be there with that person. And it's like, be my authentic self in the moment with that person and just connect. And when that happens, the rest kind of follows. A lot of people have come to me through word of mouth. A lot of people have just shown up, or I get a random text or random email saying, hey, can I come meet you? But I think it's part of it is trusting myself, because I feel like people can't trust me if I don't trust myself. And as a therapist, when you walk into an office, it's like, if you fix computers, you have tools. If you build houses, you have tools. When you're a therapist, you are the tool. So I'm a tool, which is kind of funny, and I have to rely on what's inside of my brain and what's inside of my heart and be there. And I think what I do is I just really try to stay present, stay in the moment, get the noise to go away, clear the machine, and just be the absolute best therapist I can and enter that person's world, no matter how scary, so that now we're in their world together. And that's what I do. But I don't do a lot of either advertising or reaching out. It's just kind of happening. And that's it. That's all.
Beautiful. I love what you said. That's awesome. One of the things you said is that you have to clear out your mind when you do come in contact with the people that you're serving, because there's dinner and there's all sorts of things going on. Even right now, we're on this mastermind. One of the reasons why I love Lady Kasia so much, and also Dennis, is because they help me with as co-hosts. So sometimes she will allow people to be admitted to the room, so I'm not thinking about the other things that are going on while I'm doing the mastermind. But like you said, I can be engaged and I can be focused and authentic. And so thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So I can be a tool. Okay. Dennis and then Lady Kasia, and then we're going to wrap up. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Coach Arlene. I wanted to piggyback off of Mr. Bertram. I thought that was amazing how you said, if you could administer some strength or motivation or encouragement to someone, and knowing when you can't, and to refer that person to someone else. I think it's great to have those resources to be able to resource out to someone else. And in that same aspect, you still help that person, With that being said, man, I'm really trying to, get myself together and everything. I'm picking up the pieces of my life. I don't have everything together by far, and with that being said, it's real it's real encouraging. You know, I had at first it's intimidating being up in this mastermind group with all of these great masterminds, you know. And with that being said, I had a shift of view, and I said, why don't I look at it as encouraging? Because I can only learn and draw from you. I can only learn and draw from everyone in this group. So with that being said, so humbly speaking, I'm grateful to be here.
Beautiful. Dennis. Dennis, do you see all the hearts?
Oh, yes.
You see all the hearts?
Yes.
We are learning from you too, and we're grateful to have you in our presence as well. Everybody is gifted with light and love and vision and wisdom within their particular arena. You have actually been a part of the system. You know what goes on the inner workings, and some of us don't know. So you have insight in whatever area you're coming to the table with. And many of us are not poetry aficionados like yourself. So I'm glad that you're coming into your own and realizing the mastermind that you are and the mastermind that you have. Thank you for being a part of us.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dennis. And we ask you to continue, keep talking and keep sharing. Okay,
All right.
I can only imagine, I can't even imagine where you're going to be by the end of this year as time progresses. So the last person is Lady Kasia. What do you have to share?
Well, I wanted to add something,
Please.
Prove to you, first of all, Coach Arlene, that quantum had connected me and you. So first of all, let me start from the scratch. So when I saw your face on your poster in Noble Goldman, I was like, oh my gosh, I felt some kind of intimidated or scared, or I don't know what was it. But then, you know, one time I met you on Mark's calls.
Yeah.
And then we had like a slight connection, and I stopped being scared or afraid of you. And then I visited you. And I really believe my theory, I mean, it's not only mine, but, you know, I'm one of those people that speak of it, that, you know, quantum needs two people wanting to meet for some reason. Your reason might be a little bit different than mine, but ultimately we connected for the reason. And I believe right now this connection between me and you, it's getting stronger, because I think that, you know, I am becoming a good, you know, another eye for you when you have those questions, and I can hunt for the answers for you, or for questions that they will lead you to your answers. And, you know, and I'm enjoying you know, your company, and I really enjoy coming here. So obviously I'm gaining something from you. So we eventually we are exchanging quantum qualities.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lady Kasia. This is wonderful. I don't know about the scary part, but because I don't think I'm scary. Somebody else is going to have to give me insight on that. But after the mastermind, I'm expecting to hear insight. But I think it's beautiful that what you said is that we just made a connection. And everybody on here, we've just made a connection. You know, for whatever reason, we have been attracted. So it's kind of like you said, attraction marketing. You know, just beginning the conversation with people that we feel we can help or be helped by. And it's a win-win situation, you know, for all of us to be a part. And yeah, that's what I want to say. And so we're going to close out because it's 58 minutes after, but I am going to say thank you to everyone who was a part of the mastermind today. We want to meet again next week, Thursday, so that we can share and be in each other's presence again. Before we sign off, it is now 58 minutes after, so it's almost 11 o'clock. If you have to leave, I understand. We have to observe time. But if you do have the time, I'd like you to share one thing that you're going to do this week that's going to move you forward in terms of your project or endeavor. And that way we can hold you accountable for it by next week. So let's start with you, Ron, because you had your hand up. So tell us what you're going to do this week. What we need.
Okay, first, I just want to mention something, as we all need an accountability partner to push us through the theory barrier. So what I'm going to do is I've moved into a new business venture, which is in property. And I've put myself forward to achieve this, to sign up certain amount of mandates for this week. and to do at least X amount of sales. So that is what my target is. I haven't got the figure yet, but yes, I'm accountable for next week, Thursday, say what I've done for this group. And I've already committed to a previous group of my own mastermind as well. So I've got a double whammy, which I have to achieve.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna start with Jamie. What would you like to hold us, have us hold you accountable for this week?
Oh, so I'm finishing up a resiliency workshop via some PowerPoint slides. So I have a couple more slides to add. So I'm committed to making sure that I do that this weekend as opposed to binge watching Netflix and chilling.
Sometimes binge watching is good too. Okay, resiliency workshop. Dennis, what do you want us to hold you accountable for this week?
I would say, let's see. Well, getting the edited, you know, and I'm by any means, I'm no expert editor, you know what I mean? But getting my edited version over to you and seeing and utilizing your excellence. Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. We are getting Dennis ready for the publication of his book. We're so excited. Woo!
All right now.
And Lady Kasia, what are we holding you accountable for?
Oh, well. I think from all of the journeys I'm currently focused on, my biggest target is to stay strong with my raw vegan approach to my body. It's my, finally I decided 2 weeks ago to start, utilizing the food as medicine, and it's really helping my body to recover with so much. The happiness, the energy, the sleep, the everything. It's becoming better. So I need to dedicate this week to go stronger with that, because I know it's great for me and for people that they are looking after me to be become testimony for them. So this is my very, very sarcastic goal for this week.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I didn't mention it, but Lady Kasia is from Poland. And so it's really in particular a challenge for you, because I know that culturally your diet is a lot of meat. So, I mean, this venture is really something. It's not like you grew up in a household where, everything was vegetarian anyway.
No. And then, plus my family was quite wealthy. So I ate everything almost. So, I'm not just raised on hamburger or pork. I ate it all. And some of you could be, surprised by what I have eaten in my past. And it is really, really a big challenge when you have to walk away from those foods, because you are walking away from flavors that you are used to. And at the beginning of this journey, you are like, craving, you are missing those flavors. So it is a big challenge. But as you hit that momentum when your taste buds, they change the attitude, you are good. But then you are fighting with your mind, sometimes wanting this or that. So this is another step. So it's, it's a kind of a roller coaster, but, I'm glad to be here. I'm no longer a pre-diabetic. I don't have to take medicines for that. So if you have friends that they are struggling with insulin, a roller coaster, I'm happy to help them, because it's a beautiful thing. If in 1 week or 10 days you can start and see results that they are mind-blowing, you are the proof to yourself. You are your own reason to try it for a little bit longer and longer and longer. Thank you.
Beautiful. Bertram, what are we holding you accountable for?
This week,
Move that
my
business
project,
forward.
my project this week is to reach out to as much as possible to churches in the city where I live in, and form a network, and so they can understand what I do, the services that I provide. As a result of that, now I'll reach out to a vast majority of people in the community, and the word will get out, and people know more about me, and will seek me out, as say, okay, if something is going on, let's get Bertram. We know what he does and things like that. And the reason why I'm focusing on the churches is, a lot of times, more than likely, when people go through things, that's where they go, you understand me, to rebuild their spirit. Awesome. And start restarting that process.
Beautiful. So Bertram this week is going to find his people, his tribe at the churches. Beautiful. Binta.
Yes, my goal for this week is I'm still working on my business and opening my website. So my goal for this week is taking pictures that I would like to have on the website. And I have a small team of people that are helping me. So we're just gonna mastermind on like the aesthetics of the website and the texture and everything. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on this week and through next week. So that is where I'm stuck, and that's where I wanna that's what I wanna get through. So
beautiful.
Hopefully I'll give you some news when I come back.
Yes, we want to hear some good feedback. So you're working on your website, you're getting your photographs together, and that's important because that's one of the key things on a website, the pictures. Yes. I mean, yes. Jamie and Kasia, you guys know that too. In terms of a website, you got to have the photographs in order. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us today. Lady Kasia, we heard what you said. You said that people need to level up, and they need to not just be fishing, but we need to attract the right people. Bertram, you said referral marketing is your key tool, getting other people to share with you as you share clients with them. Jamie, you said one of the key tools that you use is to meditate and make sure that you're in the right space, the right headspace, the right mindset. Dennis, you said that your key is to learn from the people that you're sharing with, as well as have them teach you. So you're in a state and in a position of learning, which is awesome. Binta, you said that your key is that we are all one. We are not separate, but we are all one. And we're passing off the fears that we have so that we can all be one and share and nourish our souls. And Bertram, I already said you, and then I have other people. Dorothy said that the key is to have the right energy and to be an example for the people that we want to attract. So if we're an example doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing, it'll be easier for us to attract. And Ron said, leverage and discipline. So not just leverage, but leverage, loving our clients, loving our community, and then also discipline and being in order. And so I say, thank you so much for spending the time with me. Let's all be consistent. I challenge you all to do exactly what you said you're going to do this week. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to be consistent, endeavor to be consistent with all the things that I put out there to my community. Have a great time. And I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. You guys are all wonderful. I love you. Thanks.
Thank you. I love you all so much.